Several years ago, we headed as a family to a secluded beach house in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And after our 6-hour journey south down the East Coast, we hit the sand in our truck. And I'll never forget the moment we rolled the windows down, the wind was blowing, the kids were like delighted, and we were just kind of in awe of what was in front of us. And we recognized that we were transitioning into a week of rest and celebration and family and good food and just that kind of week came in the middle of a really fruitful season of our lives. My husband and I had both started new businesses. We were really involved at our church in leading various ministries. We had 4 active kids and we were loving life. We were living with great friends. It was busy, it was full. There was so much to be thankful for. As we got into the rhythm of that week, I found myself just amid playing with my kids or serving food or maybe just sitting under the sunshade, I found myself like there was no words to it. There was just this sense every now and then, an invitation to just turn my head from what I was doing and look full-faced at the sun. And I can remember sitting there and the intensity, the warmth of the sunshine on my body, it was like it was warming up my soul. It was feeding it with something that I didn't even know that it needed. And yet there was something really profound in those tiny moments, and I knew something was happening in my heart. When we reached the end of that week, I can remember the last morning I set my alarm early because I wanted to get up and watch the final sunrise. And I remember sitting up on the sand dune and looking out at the beautiful sky and just talking to the Lord and saying, what an amazing week. This has just been so good for me. And yet I was like, I don't want it to end. I want to take this with me. I want to live out of this kind of space, this kind of place. And the Lord just spoke to me and he said, Claire, this is just the beginning. This has actually been my gift to you this week, far beyond an extended period of rest. I've actually been giving you something, teaching you something in every one of those times that you've felt drawn to turn your head towards the sun. Why? Because the sun goes with you in every location around the world. In every day that you get up, the sun rises on this earth. And what I realized was that I had very subtly allowed a rhythm in my life where I was on full drive mode and I would crash into holidays and crash into rest zones. And what the Lord was saying to me is actually in this next season, in this place of increasing leadership, increasing responsibility, I need you to understand a greater measure the absolutely non-negotiable of communing with me to create places and spaces and moments where there's nothing to gain with me, there's nothing to lose with me, you just commune in my presence. And the schedule's going to be busy and the time is going to be full. But what I'm doing with you this week is I've shown you something that you just naturally fall into in your everyday life, and it's going to work like a prompt and a trigger to gain your attention. And I wanted to give this to you because you need this. And so I went home from that week, and you will regularly find me walking across our campus, and you might spot me turning my head up to the sunshine. You might spot me turning my head as I jump on a busy train and into a bustling city, or I'm cooking dinner for my kids, or I'm surrounded by difficult conversations or good conversations. But what I've learned is about a practice of communion in the presence of God isn't just about extended periods of rest or extended quiet times. It's actually found in the moments in the middle of life where the simple act, the simple choosing to turn my head in response to a natural prompt is my heart posture saying, no, God, I need you in this moment. Like, we're in this together. Let me remember who you are. Let me remember who I am. And so, yeah, it's just been this beautiful unfolding of understanding the need for those natural prompts in order to cultivate continual recharging moments all the way through life. that this example in my life might seem really simple, because it is really simple, and yet it has proved to be a profound and such a practical, useful tool in my leadership. And so I want to invite you to think realistically about what is in your life that helps you to cultivate that simple and pure communion, the space where you've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose, but you are simply being with God. Because I promise you that when you cultivate that place, it becomes the powerhouse of everything that you set your hand to.